Hi, I'm Jessica Beach, and I'm an Operations Coordinator for GuideStar Clinical Trials Management. My role is to ensure the smooth operation of clinical trials at GuideStar's partner hospitals, and part of that role involves the recruitment of study participants. Recruiting patients can be difficult because clinical trial participation is often a confusing and unfamiliar topic for the general public. So today I will share with you some tips for communicating with potential participants. The communication tips we are discussing today are part of Public Speaking 101. Define your communication goal and gauge your patient's understanding. I will discuss each of these points in addition to specifics for communicating clinical trials, such as ensuring the patient understands the topic and answering typical questions about trials. To get started, you must first define your communication goal or desired response. This will help you keep to the topic at hand without creating more confusion. Common communication goals are to change behavior, to get action, to ensure understanding, to persuade, or to give and get information. Typically, while speaking with potential participants, we want to ensure understanding first and foremost, keeping in mind that we are not to persuade or coerce anyone into participation. We often need to give and get information to determine if a participant is eligible. And of course, we want to get action by enrolling eligible participants. Understanding your own goal will help you communicate about clinical trials in a clear and precise manner. Once you have your communication goals in mind, you should gauge your patient's understanding of clinical trials. Whether you are speaking one-on-one with an identified potential participant or presenting your clinical trial to a group at a community outreach event, it is important to measure their knowledge, understanding, and attitudes about research. Be aware of various factors and attempt to measure the patient's understanding, and be prepared to answer general questions such as, what is a clinical trial? Why are clinical trials conducted, and what do they prove? Who conducts the trials, and who participates? Once you have determined that the patient understands clinical research basics, you can choose how to move forward with explaining the reason for your talk, what you need from the participant, as well as more specific details on your current trial. Be sure to anticipate some of those study-specific questions that will be asked, such as, what are the costs, or what will insurance cover? How much time is involved, and what procedures or treatment are part of the trial? They may also have logistical concerns about visit schedules, transportation, and what equipment may be necessary. If a patient is interested in participating in the trial, he or she is required to sign an informed consent form to confirm that the study is completely understood. This informed consent will outline specifics of the trial and must only be signed after the patient fully understands the trial and is willing to participate. Your good communication skills are critical whether you are talking to a large group of people about clinical trials in general or talking with an individual patient about participating in a specific trial. Educating potential participants at each level helps promote clinical research in general. Even if the participant is not eligible for the trial or declines to enroll, he or she is more likely to be involved in a future study and to pass on their knowledge to others who may be eligible instead. So remember, know your communication goals and gauge your patient's understanding to ensure you clearly communicate your clinical trial and reach your recruitment goals. Thank you for your time today to learn more about the importance of communicating clinical trials to potential participants and how to do so. At GuideStar, our goal is to build successful clinical research programs, and that hinges on patient recruitment and participation in trials. GuideStar Clinical Trials Management works with hospitals and health systems around the country to build, manage, and support clinical research programs. From helping hospitals incorporate a clinical trial strategy to actually managing the research operation through a co-sourced model, our service delivery is based on operational and financial best practices to ensure optimal results for research programs.